Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting show.
It is the 25th of April, Monday.
And we are here live in front of you. And we didn't do a show on Friday. We apologise for that. That's because I was in Plymouth and Julia was in...
Not in Plymouth.
Not in Plymouth. She was in Plimsolls.
No, you weren't. I don't think I have any.
Have you not got any Plimsolls? My mum used to call them pumps.
Pumps. I do have some pumps.
What's the difference between plimsolls and pumps?
Well, it depends. Are they pumps with heels or are they plimsoll pumps?
Pumps. What my mum used to call pumps were those little black. They were like ballet shoes that used to run around in the gym at school in.
Very rubber
incredibly
ones,
thin rubber.
A certain scent to them.
Yes. That's what my mum called pumps. What would you call pumps?
Well, there's a kind of court shoe kind of pump that they call a pump.
Is that what they wear at court? Is there such a thing as court anymore? Do people still go to court?
Courthouses.
Oh, the courthouse. Oh, yes, court.
Yeah, it would have been to court and courthouse.
Yes. When you said court, I was thinking like in front of the king and sitting there. But court shoes, not that you know, my lord, the next judge is here for the jury. No, wait a minute, it's the other way around. Call the next witness. That courtroom.
Yeah.
Is that the sort of shoe that you wear to courtroom? Is that why they call court shoes?
Possibly.
I'm going down different rabbit holes here. We started with pumps.
Rabbit rolls?
Rabbit rolls. Yeah. What do you put in a rabbit roll? A human? Human and a bit of lettuce. Be nice. As opposed to a ham roll. Anyway, welcome along. It's a Monday show. It's nice to be back. I'm sure that you are ready for the absurdity that comes out of our mouths, particularly Julia's. Lynn says, my niece calls pumps daps. It's a Wiltshire thing. Daps?
Daps?
What is that? What is that short for? Daps.
I don't know. Is that dappers?
I think if you go further west, they call them baps. Or is that something else? Might be a part of it.
Mr. Mocky says, pumps move water. Plimsolls show where it should be up to.
Yes. If water is in your plimsoll, there's obviously it's too high. It's round your ankles and above. What you need is wellies on. Get your Wellington boots. Mark Burgess says, I once accompanied a work colleague into a judge's chamber. Oh, I say, nice. And what was in the judge's chamber? That's what we don't want to know.
No, I was going to say, do we?
No, I'm sure we don't want to know.
Sean Ginley says, when courting someone.
When courting. Yes, very good. And when you've catched somebody, when you've catched, that's not a word, is it catched? Caught.
When you've caught, when you've hooked, when
you've... It's the past tense of caught.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been caught, not I've been catched.
Yeah. You know, I had a friend once who used to say jamp instead of jumped.
I jamp
the puddle.
I jammed the puddle. What other words?
There was no teaching him.
No, that's great. I love that, Bo, because that's logic, isn't it? It is logic, because most things have that sort of thing. You know, I went... No, hang on. Think of another thing. I walked the dog. I walked... No, what is it? I jumped this and I jamped.
I swam.
I swam and I swim.
I swam.
Oh, yes. But you wouldn't say I swimmed.
No.
I swimmed. So, yes, you see, the English language is peculiar. So I can understand why somebody could make it not quite work. It
was easy to make the English language not quite work.
Yes, exactly. David Vad asks, is he talking cobblers yet? He hasn't even started yet. We're waiting for David Vad's first joke of the evening. Or maybe we've missed it. We could easily miss it. It's that kind of show. On the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have your viewers' videos, which is fantabulous. Roy Edwards is looking at bluebells. Colonel Craig Ratty is climbing. Sean Gingley is looking at the birth of Liverpool Football Club. Phil and Catherine are playing outside. And Mark Burgess has had a delivery. Meanwhile, Steve Mitchell is not Steve Mitchell. He's turned into Maz. And Diane Fluke has sent in a video, but I can't get it to download. So please send it in again. And Mick Byrne has sent in a lovely video, but it's got music on, and we're not playing music in the videos. So apologies for that. You'll have to take the music off. It's a ride to Pennington near Wigan. Pennington Flash. I don't know whether he does it in a flash. What's the matter?
Audrey Forbes Hamilton says, I don't know why the opposite of enlarged isn't smallened. Absolutely get that.
That's brilliant. Smallened. It's been small. What is the opposite of enlarged? Shrunk.
Yeah, shrunk.
Is it shrunk? This has been
Diminished?
Diminished, yes, you could say that, couldn't you? Diminished.
Trimmed?
Trimmed. Well, trimmed is more precise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Enlarged is more general, and
Yeah.
trimmed is a precise version of that enlarged because it
Downsized?
downsized, upsized, round-sized, back-sized. Oh no, not back-sized. That's a different.
I had a
thing.
feeling you were going to go there.
Yes, well, of course.
I've been hanging around you a lot.
More smaller. It's made
smaller.
more smaller. It's a small thing. It's when.
What about when you dismantle something? Do you then remantle it?
Oh yes. Do you remantle it? Yeah.
That's my question.
Well, you could. Yes. What is if you dismantle it? Is it now just a mantle?
Exactly.
That's what it's like. Inflammable.
And do you mantle it in the first place?
Yes. Did you mantle it? If you mantled it, how did it go? Did it fall to bits when you put it on the mantle? Inflammable is one of those words. Whereas when something is flammable, it's obviously catchable by fire.
Yeah.
But inflammable is
Also
catchable by fire. It's a sort of non-entity necessary thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Audrey Forbes Hamilton says it's reduced on a photocopier, and Robert Maudsley adds decreased.
Oh yes, decreased and reduced. Mm-hmm. I do that thing. I don't mean to do it, obviously. When you say it's a small, tiny thing, but it's either small or it's tiny. But can it be both? Yeah. I don't think technically it can. Although, why technically? Is there anything technical about it? Is it technical to talk about grammar? Grammar, I suppose, can be technical. It's fascinating stuff, isn't it? You didn't expect to have your brain having to work the cogs this early in the evening. A mantle is on an oil lamp to increase the light, says Sean Ginley. Well, that's true, isn't it? And you've got a mantle above the fireplace. And is that is so a mantle then presumably is something that you do things on connected to fire. Is that right? A mantle?
Yeah. A mantle is on an oil lamp to increase the light.
Yes.
Oh, no, you said that.
I just said that, yes.
You just said all that.
I said all that. Lord Jeffrey says, when the kids were playing up downstairs...
Playing up downstairs.
Oh, yes. They're playing up downstairs. Well, you just go and shut them down upstairs. What? Gas mantle, says Peter Warbley, yes. I never get raised to the ground.
That's a good one.
Raised to the ground, yes. I used to find it difficult when I was reading history books when they would say, for example, the Romans would come in and the Britons would be trying to fight them off with their blue woad, and then eventually they were overpowered, and so they sued for peace. And I used to think that's a bit weird. They would sue for peace, just as the Ukrainians or the Russians might sue for peace. And it's slightly different. I mean, it's not like they go to court and they go, "My lord, we've got the Britons here and they're now suing you." How much are they suing us for? £452,000 of mouldy potatoes. Good gracious, that's a lot of mouldy potatoes. Have they got that amount of mouldy potatoes? No, they're suing for it. They want the Romans to supply them with the mouldy potatoes. I see. That doesn't seem too unreasonable. I'm sure they have mouldy potatoes in Rome. Did they bring any on their galleons? Did they have galleons? I don't think they had galleons. They had boats of some description. No. So what does it mean when they sue for peace? Peter Warbley says American settlers had a Sioux problem too. Oh, yes. Didn't they have Susie and the Banshees? That was another problem they had.
Lynn Bees just said what I was going to say. I'm going up the downs.
Going up the downs.
You're going for a walk up on the downs.
Yes. You don't go down the ups, do you?
No. Paul Carl Griffin says one can cut a tree down, then cut it up.
Oh, yes. Cut it down, then cut it up. That's a good one. I like that. Write that one down.
Zane is asking, have you been to Brighton?
Yes, I have been to Brighton. But in the last 50 years that I've been on this planet.
Multiple times, I should think.
Yes. I've been there on foot. I have been there by car. I've been there by bus. I've been there by train. I've been there by bus.
You've even done a video there, a couple of videos. You've done one with Harriet, at least one with Harriet?
Yes, that's true, near the pier.
Yep.
And I did one with my sister Corinne.
Near the pavilion.
Near the pavilion.
Yep, and then you've done one with me.
And who are you?
Me.
Oh, me.
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 Or Mimi, as Jojo calls me.
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 Me. come back, Mimi. Yes.
Never thought of that. Mimi, boom. I nearly fell off the chair. No, I didn't.
Don't fall off the chair. Yes, I'd done one. What did we do with you?
Specs.
Oh, yes, we did Specs. I expect that was a good one. A lot of comments there. Conor McLeod says, have you been to Brighton? Conor McLeod says that. You said Zane. You going mad?
No. Conor McLeod was asking Zane in return for Zane asking...
no, he's not. Look, Conor McLeod at the Vobes Show. Have you been to... Look, follow my mouse.
Yes, I can see you. I can see you saying, but above that is also Zane Huxon.
Oh, right, okay. It says Vobes Show, have you been... Yeah, sorry, it didn't come out. For some reason, it didn't come out in orange.
I know I look stupid.
KFC says, you're the bank for me. What? I've never been to the KFC. It says, please say a big congratulations on Worthing and winning the league. The owner of the club is in a wheelchair, and the money from his injuries he used to build up the club. Oh, well, was he playing in the game in a wheelchair? That's marvellous, that is. That's incredible. And well, that's congratulations. Please say, oh, sorry, big congratulations.
To Worthing FC.
FC. I think that's a finance company, isn't it?
I think that's as close to football as we like getting.
Yeah, we're a bit nervous of football.
But yay to homegrown
one reason I'm nervous of football is there's 11 men that will come out and kick you. Apparently they're very good at kicking.
No, well, my problem with football is the violence. I mean, it's like going to war in some cases, it sounds like. You know?
My problem is it's just boring, but that's me.
Yes, I would agree that.
Yes. What else have we got there? Andrew Norris says, I like to be out in the sticks. It's nice when they call a forest the sticks. Difficult to be out, isn't it, when you're in the sticks. Paul Carl Griffin says, but have you been to Brighton on a camel? No, I haven't been to Brighton on a camel. I once went to Brighton on an egg. Because you can go to work on an egg, can't you? In the old days, that was the...
Oh, yes.
Yes, see? Yes. Go to work on an egg.
As in have an egg for breakfast to be able to sustain yourself.
Not actually ride on an egg.
Why not? Well, when you said it, one has to wonder.
Cracking up, you see, on an egg. Yes. You didn't listen to poor Zane, says Conor McLeod. What do you mean I didn't listen? I did answer the question. He says, have you been to Brighton? And I said, yes, I have. Peter Warbley says, I wonder why bogey wheels on a train are not
all green.
Bogies.
Bogies.
Bogies. That's a good question. And my cousin Charlotte and Simon had a baby boy named James. Oh, that's very good. Congratulations. How long ago was that? Don't tell us. 30 years ago. My mum and dad had a son called Richard. Just passing that little bit of information on. David Ved says, I went to a Happy Horse restaurant and on the menu was all large sausages. Yes, but what was in the sausages? Sausages. That's what I want to know.
Conor McLeod says there's been no violence at football matches for years, thankfully. No, it's as they're leaving, it tends to be violence.
Well, it does depend on your opinion. If you happen to be a round spherical object and you're being knocked up and down on a green course between two large goal posts, you might think there was a bit of a violence there. It's a good job that footballs are not living creatures.
But, I mean, he's right.
She said.
Yeah,
no.
But he is right. There has been no...
Cruelty to footballs should be a thing.
Yeah,
they're being kicked about like nobody's business, aren't they?
Poor football.
I know.
Well, at least they're not made of pig bladders now.
Are they not? What are they made? I thought they were made of a scrum of leather or something. The scrum of a leather object. A couple of weeks back, says Jamie Boy in 1995, if you go to Horsham, you might see them as they lived nearby.
Oh, that was when Baby James
was
born.
Baby James. If we go to Horsham,
Horsham
is a biggish place and there's a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people in Horsham.
Yeah, no, but he said you might see them. I mean, what are the chances? What are the chances?
You know, it's funny. It's like when I used to live in Saudi Arabia as a kid, and any time someone heard, you've lived in Saudi Arabia. I know someone else who used to live in Saudi Arabia. You might know him. And
well, it's like going to America and they say, "Oh, do you know the Queen?" Yeah. Yes, we've heard of her.
It's that kind of thing.
And the weird thing is, of course, I can actually say, yes, I've shaken hands with the Queen because I actually have shaken hands with the Queen.
Mersey Beat Gardening know a cat called James.
knows a cat.
Yeah, they know a cat called James.
Well, blow me
It is a
down
lovely
with a
game.
feather. It's
Game?
Name.
Name.
Yes, I know a king called James.
One of my sons has James as a middle name.
Wasn't there a Bible written after him? King James's Holly Bibley. It's a great story. And Peter Welby says, did people in the olden days travel to Brighton by Horsham cart?
Wop, 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 wop.
Oh, we love it. We love it. You see, active brains on this. Oh, talking of active brains, I was going to come up with one of my crucial cross clubs. I don't know what that is. One of those cryptic questions. I didn't think of it. Actually, I completely forgot about them. So I'll think of one later on after the show's finished. Yes, yeah. For Friday. We'll have them Friday. I remember a show called James the Cat, says Jamie Boy. I suppose if your name is James, you're going to start associating things with your name. Like, for example, I remember Richard Shops and used to think it was a shame that Richard Shops, me being a bloke, they're all female clothes, particularly underwear. And I was never allowed in there because that might be a bit pervy for a 16-year-old to go, oh, look, bras, panties. You know, when you're 16 in the 70s, it was sort of a bit embarrassing. You know, ladies' underwear was a bit of a thing.
Most gentlemen still find it quite embarrassing being led towards that section.
I wouldn't now.
No?
Something comes with age,
Yeah,
sort of sense of, oh, well, I don't care. How do I put this on, love? Can you show? Because these days you say, well, I'm gender fluid, aren't I? You know, today I've got breasts and also I've got triple breasts. Why not? You know, have you got a 3-cup bra? Do they sell such a thing? A 3-cup bra?
No, probably not.
You could, you know, if you
that I've ever looked.
If you were somebody with a big honker, big nose, and you're a woman, you could have one bra there, 1 cup there, 1 cup there, and 1 cup there. Especially if your nose was a bit droopy and it needed holding up.
This conversation has gone way off somewhere. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know how we got here.
Nick Reed says, I thought looking at women's underwear in the old Freeman's catalogue was naughty. Yes, it was naughty. I remember doing that myself, flicking into the big tome of the thing, going, oh yes. It was the nearest that you could get to legitimately a bit of soft porn back in the day when they had those catalogues, and there'd be these, you know, pert young lady with these lacy numbers on that was all very sensual and you know, it's also innocent stuff growing up.
I must agree with Conor McLeod here. Kay's catalogue was way better.
I'd never heard of Kay's catalogue.
I think it was slightly more expensive, which is why.
Yeah.
You had slightly more upmarket pictures.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Was it a special then, was it? Special K. For those on a diet. Mark Burgess says...
I need another 10 teas for this.
Mark Burgess says, I used to think that Marks and Spencer was my chain of shops, with Frank Spencer being the other partner. Betty. We must show some videos because we've got 6 of the buggers.
Before we do that, though,
yes, of course.
If I may.
Yeah,
Josephine Suter,
yes,
wifey. Hello, you two. Can you say hi to Colin? He is new to watching this show. I have if I can put my teeth in.
Yes.
I have recommended it to him.
Well, hello, Colin.
Hi, Colin.
It's very nice to have you on the show.
Welcome to the Vobes Sphere.
Now, the thing is, we want to know, are there any shops named after Colin?
That's a good question.
I mean, there's also there's the police shop, of course, where you get Colin.
There's a dog in the TV series from Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Is it Nick Frost?
Yeah, Nick Frost.
Called Colin.
Colin, yeah.
A dog called Colin.
Colin the cauliflower. That's not a very good one, though, is it? He's obviously an ex-boxer. Lynn says, Suter.
Don't worry,
she's talking to somebody else. Hi, Colin, says Paul Carl Griffin. And McConnell says, teenage years was spent gazing at Kay's. Kay's what?
Oh, yes.
Kay's cucumbers.
Mr. Mocky says no, but he does do a whole load of map books, as in Collins.
Oh, yes, Collins and his mate Bartholomew. They were well into maps. I mean, if you could write a little story about Colin and Bartholomew went out onto the land with a pencil and a paper and a measuring thing.
How far do you think this road is, Colin? I'm not sure. I pace it out a bit. That's right, pace it out. I've got my binoculars. I will see how far you bloody hell, you're going along. You've got them the wrong way round. Sorry. Oh, yes. All right.
Yes, because who was the other one who did maps? Old OS. OS, he was nice. Oscar Sierra. He used to do maps, didn't he? OS maps. They were good.
Colin Kopp is his name. says
Colin
Josephine.
Kopp. Oh, that's a lovely name.
That is lovely.
It's a little bit of
Rolls, nice
alliteration,
little
isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it alliteration?
Alliteration.
CC.
Yes.
Does he? He doesn't have a TV service, does he? He could call himself CCTV. Anyway, we'll show a video now, I think. And on the top of the form here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's Roy Edwards who's come in first. A lot of people have been requesting that I go out and do what I normally do this time of year and film something, which is a good idea. And often I film bluebells. Mm-hmm. But other people have beaten me to it because I've been too busy doing it yourself or going to Plymouth. So Roy has been out filming bluebells.
Hi Richard and Julia and the Vobes Show and all the folks that watch. I'm not doing any solar or electrical or gadgets today. I am on a walk. I'm at Coton Court, which is near Alcester, Warwickshire. I'm in the woods checking out the bluebells. This is an ancient woodland, that's where you find most of the bluebells. These are the proper British ones, Richard. They're not the Spanish ones, so I hope you like that. And I love the show. I love your trip that you're going on at the moment to Plymouth. I'll give you a few more shots. We'll see you in a bit. Yeah, it's a lovely wood. Yeah, there is a little path up here, so let's go and have a look. Lovely. Yeah, hi to the Vobes Show. I'm on the throne. See you later. Let's get back to the bluebells. The beautiful woods. They are stunning. So yeah, again, if you do come, there is like a little path here you can go up, but don't get trampling on the bluebells. Yeah, luckily these are by the woods, but there's an electric fence here, that's why I'm so close. Richard's favourites. I've got my mic with me. Oh, hey up, hey ho. He just met at the dating site. That's another story. Settle down. Settle down. Yeah, so that's it from me. I love the show. Hi to everybody. See you on another video. Bye.
And there we are, Roy Edwards there, giving us an example of bluebells and cow porn. You've heard of cow pull for sick children, but for grown-up adults.
Cow pat.
And cow pat.
For when you need that bit of affection.
For Colin's mate. It's great to see a little bit of cow porn there. To know that the generation of cows are, well, not in that... I don't think she was impressed, was she? She sort of knocked him off. Unless he just had a problem there and needed some little blue pills. Anyway.
Fabulous video. Thank you, Roy.
Thank you, Roy. And it saves me having to go out and do any bluebell filming, which is great. So, yeah, there we go. Wonderful stuff. Lots of comments going here. Great bluebell, Spanish or English. That. Definitely English variety, of course.
Sean Ginley says, is that cow called Bluebell?
Ah, yeah, that's a good old name for a bluebell cow. I mean, for a cowbell. I mean, for a cow. Just a cow. Oh dear, oh dear. Says Audrey Forbes. I know Audrey Forbes will be somewhat shocked. She is of a genteel nature and probably got a little fan going, ooh, ooh, blushes, blushes, and lots of splashes. Pardon? Andrew Bradbury says, see, they're both female. Well, they both, but they had horns.
I think he says they seem both female.
Oh, right. But if they've got horns...
No.
Does that make...
Well, the front one was definitely female, but I'm pretty sure the back one was male.
Beautiful bells of blue. Paul Carl Griffin says, in the 16th century, bluebell starch was used to stiffen the fabric for big, rough collars. Yeah, those big, rough old collars. They used to come down and they'd beat you up. Oh, what have you, son? I mean... So a little bit of bluebell starch soon dispelled them, which is, see, useful.
See, yeah.
Yes, see, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's all good fun.
No, I don't see.
No, I don't see. By the way, did you miss us? Did you miss us a whole week and all of that? No. Okay, fair enough.
I was saying that he had udders. Well, the second one didn't quite look like a normal udder shape. I don't know.
Udder shape?
I wasn't really looking.
Pull the udder one.
Great.
It's got bluebells
Can
on
we
it.
just put it up again?
What? The udder shape? Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. You want to have a look at the...
No.
Oh, okay. David Woodward says, I went to the lovely Emsworth last week and they had such a lovely idea for old telephone boxes. People can put books there or you can help yourself to books. Yes, I've seen that quite a lot, actually, David. It's a great use for telephone boxes. The only thing is that I've never found a book, the kind of books that I want are not your run-of-the-mill...
kind of books, not your kind of novellas or novels.
Yeah, Barbara Woodhouse. Not Barbara Woodhouse. Who am I thinking of? Barbara...
But quite a few towns and villages have done that with some of their telephone boxes, and if not that, then there's other things they've done with it, like defibrillator. I
would like to see, I think that's a very good... I'd like to see them turned into public showers. I mean, I think that would be great, especially if... you're out camping like I am. I mean, obviously you'd want a blind that comes down. You don't want any peeping Toms or Rosemaries or
Thomasinas.
Or Thomasinas, yes. Are you a peeping Tom or Thomasina?
I've seen it all, mate. You can't hide anything from me.
But it'd be quite good to get in there. You lock the door, obviously, and it would be quite handy. Showers. What else could you use a public telephone for? I mean, Superman, obviously, is very useful for him, especially if there's a never-ending supply of red underpants in there somewhere, hidden around. Yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe
you could, put money in and use it for Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you could actually, if you put a telephone in there, you could put money in and dial a number. That would be a novelty, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And you could go...
No, I was thinking that, but...
Go, ahoy!
Use it for
ahoy!
Messaging.
Like old Alexander Graham Bell once did. Or you could put a bell in there. That would be quite nice. A great big bell, and you go in and ring the bell.
You could do that?
Yeah, you could go ding, 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 ding. Who's that ringing?
You could also put a termite mound in there. Well, you'd want to, I don't know.
Yes, well, it'd be handy. Or you could put... what about a vegetable shop?
There's an idea. If there's
bring your own veggies.
There's a large amount of allotments nearby, you could use it as to exchange your veggies.
Public loo.
They're not allowed to sell what they grow.
No, that's true.
So any excess, mind you.
I was going to say
they've all usually got their own little things to do that.
I was going to say a public loo, but they're already being used for that anyway. Yeah. As a matter of you go in there and go, oh my goodness. So what you want is pegs, garden pegs to stick on your nose the minute you go in to make that call.
Hello, can I make a reverse charge call, please? Yes, I'd like some bleach.
You just splash it all over.
Colonel Cragratty says, in Leon Solent they have turned the telephone box into a cash machine and put a telephone outside on the back of the box.
That's... that's
I think
great.
I've seen that one.
Oh, have you? Yeah, there we are.
I have seen other ones being turned into cash machines, but never have I seen otherwise, apart from that one, seen a telephone on the back of it, though.
There is a great Spanish film called The Red Telephone Box. I don't know if it's on YouTube or anywhere. I watched it many, many years ago, and the story it's a silent movie type thing. It's not silent, but it was made in the 70s, I think, and it's a Spanish telephone box is installed, and this businessman goes into the telephone box to make a call, and he can't get out. and he can't get out. People are trying to get him out, and they use crowbars and they try to smash the window, and they just can't get him out, and he's stuck in this telephone box for some time. And then eventually he uses the telephone, of course, to say, I'm stuck in the telephone box, and the telephone company comes along and they put the telephone box onto the back of a lorry, and he's driven away, and they're assuring him, no, it's fine, we'll just take you back to the depot, we can get you out, blah, blah, blah. And as he's on the back of the lorry, he sees another lorry, similar, with a telephone box and somebody else stuck in the telephone box. And it's quite a macabre film, because ultimately it ends up back in these caves at the back end of this firm. And there's a skeleton in the... I don't want to give the game away, but there's a skeleton in the cave. So in other words, none of them ever get out. And then the scene ends with the same Spanish little village square, and a new telephone box is being installed. It's quite a macabre film.
Apparently it's on YouTube. Very scary.
It is, yeah. It's a brilliant film. It's The Red Telephone Box. Check it out. I saw it years and years ago, but it's one of those films that when you're young and a filmmaker, it inspires you to realise that there's mainstream films, and then there's that whole unique and interesting world of independent films, of which I guess still goes on, but now we have YouTube. Now all we do is we film cats and people eating and rubbish. It's a shame. Anyway, Mark Burgess says, I'm sure there was a tale of the unexpected of someone trapped in a telephone box. Yes, I'm sure that a similar thing would have happened. We better go and look at another didgeridoo, hadn't we?
Yep. If by didgeridoo you mean a video.
Yes, sorry, a video do is what I meant. Colonel Craig Ratty has put together a slideshow of him climbing. Let's have a look, see what he's talking about.
This is a short slideshow of myself and my friends rock climbing in the Peak District in April 2022. It was colder than expected, so camping was a bit chilly. As you can see, we had ice and frost overnight, making breakfast a rather cold affair, but my tent was very warm and dry at all times. Our first day was at Stanage Edge, where we climbed 3 routes. This is me leading a nice diff grade route called Capstone Chimney, with an interesting exit at the top. As I climb up, I place gear into the cracks of the rock and clip my ropes to them to protect me if I come off or fall. I am at the top of the route, deciding the best way to exit the chimney. Taking a well-deserved lunch break with my rock climbing friend. A new route with a tricky start. I did not find the start very nice, so no marks of style. Once past the block, it got a lot easier and ended up a rather nice route. At the end of the day, all 3 of us at the top of the route. Our second day is at Frogget Edge. Here is a short video of me leading. This is a V-diff grade route called Trapeze, and it has a traverse in the middle of it. All 5 climbers safely at the top of Frogget Edge after a day's climbing. I hope you enjoyed an insight into my climbing game. Thank you for watching.
Fabulous stuff. I was just thinking, with all those ropes dangling down as you get to that last bit, it's amazing you don't trip up. You cold?
I'm cold now after all the sounds of the wind. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
"Ooh."
Oh.
I could literally.
Literally?
I could almost feel the wind
Yeah.
taking the heat right out of me.
Fascinating stuff, Pete. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much for sharing that with us. And I'm glad that you managed to get up there safely. Of course, probably I would take the stair lift if there was one. And if there isn't one, then maybe somebody could install one. Stars B says that the independent filmmakers are all over the world still doing their stuff. I guess they probably don't show their stuff on YouTube, but shove them on what's the other one? Vimeo Vim for Vigor. Vimeo was another service, wasn't it, that came out same time as YouTube, what have you, but it was a bit more snooty. I was on Vimeo. In fact, I am on Vimeo. I put some stuff on there. But they wanted to charge money, and everyone was a bit snooty, really, and all of that. And there was no audience, so I didn't go there.
Oh well.
You know, what can you do?
Whilst I think of it, happy birthday for Thursday to Robert, Steve Mitchell, and Maz's son.
Happy birthday, Robert.
28 years old.
28.
On Thursday.
And
happy birthday.
Yeah, marvellous stuff. We wish you well. Hope you have a great day. Are you doing anything spectacular with Robert, Steve? I'm sure you are. Colonel Craig says that we were not expecting it to be that cold in April.
I bet you weren't.
No. We've had some lovely weather down here in Sussex. And when I was in Plymouth, don't know if I mentioned I went to Plymouth, and Devon, and indeed...
What? You went to Plymouth?
Yeah, and Devon, and Cornwall. Cornwall coming
Plymouth
up.
and Devon and Cornwall.
Yeah, all four of them. We
All
went...
16 of them.
Yeah, 72 verses in there. Pizza night, he says. Pizza night. Pepperoni pizza night.
That's a spicy meatball.
You leave my meatball alone, thank you, madam. Sin City Film Festival. Cine City, is it? Cine City Film
City,
Festival still runs in Brighton too. And is that, do they make cine films, as in on Super 8 or 16mm? Can you still get Super 8 and 16mm? Or is it all in high def, 4K, 8K, 20K, 15, I don't know, 100K? A lot of people go running on 100K now. The definition must be amazing. It's almost like being there. A film with Peter Sellers.
Marion Mitchell says they're taking Rob to Amberley Museum on the bus for the day on Sunday.
Oh, well, you be
Fantastic.
careful, because some of those buses are quite old at Amberley Museum. You're still obscured by this.
Oh, bus day. I'll get to.
There you go.
Yes, but then I can't see that and then
Oh, see, that's obscure. Well, why don't we put it in the middle then? You should put it there, look.
Well,
Hang on.
that's a dang good idea, isn't it?
Well, I don't want you to be completely obscured. There we are. Look. It's just, it's a nice thing,
I'm
but
shy.
maybe we don't need to have it there at all.
Well, we could put it elsewhere, like
Well, maybe we could put it right at the back,
maybe.
and we could keep. Well, I just feel it's as.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be so prominent, really, does it?
Yeah.
But then again, if
If we could put it on its own camera.
Oh.
Put it on a camera in a
The
corner.
trouble is, here it's like we're going to nudge it and
Yeah, no, it's too
it's going to
cumbersome.
just fall on your keyboard.
Chuck it in
and
a side alley.
What about there?
Marion Mitchell says, talking Rob to... Oh, so you read that.
I've just read all that.
I realise that. Not on the bus.
Not on the bus, it's bus day. Yeah, I realised that,
Visiting
sorry.
old vintage
Oh, I
buses.
misread.
Dave
I was
Yvette
Vobes for a
says
second.
Kodachrome. Ah, yes, good old Kodachrome. I used to film in Kodachrome. Kodachrome is that film that was reversal. Was it called Reversal? In other words, no, I can't remember what it was called. I think it was Reversal. Is they call it Reversal? In which you just develop it and you don't need to make prints from it because it is its own positive.
Can you make
is
kings
it?
from it?
I don't think so. David Vad says, will there be happy horses at the Shire Horse Show? Let's hope they're happy. Maybe they'll be more frightened.
Oh.
When is
Shire
the
Horse
higher
Show.
the Shire?
The higher shore.
Higher the higher the Shire short show is man with. Anyway, whatever it is, we better go and do
Higher shore.
higher shore.
Higher shore show.
We haven't been drinking. I wish we
We
had.
don't need...
Oh,
I brought some juice for us to try on the show, but I forgot.
what coloured juice is it?
What colour juice?
Well, what flavour juice? I mean,
I've forgotten.
Oh, there we are. It's a lovely flavour.
Cherry and lime.
Cherry and lime.
I think something like that.
Oh, that sounds very sweet. Is it full of sugar? Is it commercial?
No, it's just.
Speak up.
Shall I go get it? You can have a look.
Yeah, go get it. Go.
Do you want to put a video on?
Yes, I'll put a video on.
Yeah.
And so we were going to show Diane Fluke's Bluebells in Devon, but unfortunately the video never materialised. Went to download it, but there was no things there. So Sean Ginley is going to give us an interesting recount, because we love football. The birth of Liverpool Football Club in Liverpool. I guess it would be in Liverpool, wouldn't it, if it was Liverpool? Anyway, Sean, take it away.
Good morning, good afternoon in fact. Welcome to a sunny day in Liverpool. As you can see, I'm stood at the Liverpool Football Club. I've just come across Stanley Park. I'll show you a little bit of that in a minute. Because the history of Liverpool Football Club apparently lies within the context of the history of Everton Football Club. They used to play in Stanley Park, Everton, then moved to Anfield, got kicked off the site there by the landowner. They ended up in Goodison. In fact, it isn't a place called Goodison, it's Walton. Goodison Park, named after the road beside it. And the landowner who kicked off the footballers decided to start his own football club up, and he called it Liverpool. So there's the Liverpool Football Club. And there is Everton Football Club, not very far away, 2 minutes on the pike across Stanley Park. That was my bike falling on the floor. I'm moving too quickly, I know, sorry. Welcome to Stanley Park. Funny I should be painted blue when I'm just right next to Liverpool, isn't it? To Stanley Park. I'm halfway between Liverpool Football Club and Everton, and it is an absolutely gorgeous day, isn't it? Look what a lovely day it is. The two clubs are actually very close together. So, as I said earlier, it's about a 2-minute cycle ride between them. Not very far at all. And now, having arrived at Everton Football Club, I see a sign which says, "Our home is where you are." But again, that isn't quite true, because where you are is actually a place called Walton. And now I've gone down besides Everton Football Club, and there's 3 statues here of 3 ex-players. 2 of them I remember, and that's a lie. 2 of them I don't remember, and 1 of them I do. Howard Kendall, way before my time. Coming round the side, Alan Ball I well remember, because I am that age. And the final one, again, I don't remember him, but some people might remember him, because apparently he used to be a manager as well. And there he is. Down the side, you can see a road called Gladys Street. Gladys Street's famous for the Gladys Street Cop, behind one of the stands at Everton, and also infamous for the Gladys Street Boys, I shan't say very much about, but they were very infamous at one time. And if you think you know how to spell Gladys, maybe you don't.
Well, there we go. How about that?
That was GWLADYS.
I was just. What was the one called? Somebody Ball. I thought that was a great name for a footballer. Yeah. I thought there must be surely Gary Goal, Billy Ball, and Kevin Peter Pitch and Kevin Kicker. That would be, those. What do they call them? Fantasy football teams. That would be my fantasy football team. There would be, stupid names.
Cherry Limeade.
Cherry Limeade, that would be a good name.
That would be a great one.
What would he be? Oh, I see. You're going to pull out. So this is it. Cherry Limeade.
Yeah.
Not too much for me. Never from concentrate, it says. What is it from then? Cherry limeade.
Juice, apparently.
Are they real things that grow somewhere? Thank you very much, Sean, for that fascinating and interesting thing. Kevin Keegan apparently had lovely hair. Yeah, he's got my hair. I wish I'd have it. Alan Ball was at Southampton. Well, he might have been. I mean, he probably went all over the place, didn't he? I mean, I've been to Southampton, but I've also been to Plymouth. I don't know whether I mentioned that. No. Tracy Murphy says it was very interesting. Known as the Toffees Everton. I wanted to know who the Gladys cop was. Was he the local policeman? Have you tried it?
Yeah. It's a very odd flavour.
It's not. Are you sure we're not supposed to dilute this?
I'm very sure.
Oh yeah.
It's not a
I won't be rushing out and buying that anytime soon.
No, it's odd. Don't buy. No, well, if you want to try it, cherry limeade juice drink.
From one of the major supermarkets, but we don't need to tell you which one.
From Daz.
Helps you concentrate, that will. Yeah, it will. When I'm sitting on the bog. Winkle, what's his name? Winkle Kugelschreiber.
Where?
Yes, he's a good bloke. We like Winkle Kugelschreiber. Concentrate juice makes my head hurt too much thinking involved. Right. Thank you for that. Mark Townsend says, I used to take photographs on Kodachrome 64 slide film. Yes, I used to do that. Kodachrome 64, brilliant film. Fantastic. One of the best, I thought, for slides. Always used to buy 100 ASA or 200 or 500 ASA, depending on what the weather was doing and all of that. What's that?
Sorry, Lynn B's just reminded me something. She is very kindly... I'm so excited and getting the words stuck in my throat. She has very kindly offered me three Morello cherry saplings for the food forest, for the hedgerow.
Oh, now you better explain, because not everybody will know what you're talking about.
On the Bold Explorer channel,
yes.
When we went to Ian McCagan's field the other week,
yes.
We explained that we're doing a couple of experiments, aren't we? We were doing the wildflower meadow strip, and then there's got to be a strip for some heritage wheat.
Yes, which we can't.
1 loaf's worth.
Yeah, we can't plant that until the winter, apparently.
No.
And then something to do with trees.
And then along the fence line,
yes,
fruit trees. And
fruit
like
trees.
That, yeah.
And so what are these?
Part of the food for it. Morello cherries.
What is Morello cherry?
It's a brand. It's a type of
a brand of tree. I mean, it's
a species.
A variety.
Yes, thank you. Variety.
It's a variety. See all these technical terms. We're getting through some of them. So yes, thank you very much, Lynn. We would love to... Are they seedlings, like little plants?
She said saplings, so I'd imagine...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, because, I mean, a seedling would be down here, and a sapling, I don't know.
These are 6-foot saplings, or 25-foot, whichever you want.
It doesn't say, feed me, Seymour.
Colonel Craig Ratty says, I used to use Agfa slide film. Great colour, better than real colour. I used to film in Agfa, in Super 8, but I always found it was somewhat... I wasn't sure on the colours. I like the Kodachrome colours. Fuji, their colours, I can't remember what Fuji film was now, what grade it was. It's always green. It had a green tint to it. I think Agfa was slightly bluer and Kodachrome was warmer. That was my thing. But I used to enjoy different... because when I was filming on 16mm, we used to use the off ends or the short ends from the BBC, and they would be Kodak something or other, but not Kodachrome, because you had to go and get them. You had to have the rushes made from them and have the work print made and developed and properly. The stuff that real people do. It's very expensive. And so anyway, that was that. So shall we watch something else?
1 second. Lynn B says there is one condition: you have to come and have a cuppa to collect them. And I absolutely look forward to that.
I'm not allowed to go to Lynn B's for a cuppa until I've read this one particular book.
You are allowed. That was not a condition.
My book list is this long.
Tell him, Lynn. He doesn't have to finish reading the book.
I haven't even started that. I've got.
But you have to go back for a cup of tea to take it back when you have finished.
Oh, I see. More than once.
Yes.
Blimey.
Apparently, one of the saplings is about 3 feet tall.
Yes.
Mr. Mocky says, are they not the cherries that you have in posh drinks? Oh no, you're thinking maraschino cherries, which are maraschino cherries are lovely. I don't know what chemicals are in the jars, that these cherries are kind of pickled in, but it's delicious. I like them in.
Would you marry a Shino cherry?
I might do, actually.
Yeah. Right, enough of that gay banter. Let's crack on to bring the book next time, says Lynn. Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Mark Townsend says, that's right, Fuji had a green hues and Kodachrome had more of a red hue. Yeah, it's warmer. It was warmer, Kodachrome. Always looked nice. Especially if you film first thing in the morning and last thing at night. It was a bit overdone on the warmth because, the sun was doing it. But anyway, if it was a nice day, that is, of course. Where were we? Sean did his thing. Right, time for a bit of nonsense now. Playing outside with Phil and Catherine. Yes, here we go. This is Mersey Beat Gardeners. And if I can find where you are, here they are.
What tune is that? Get now. All together now. All together now. So you can go. You can go down. So you can go down. You can go down. That sounds something like it. That's it. Got me. Yeah. Got you. You need to get down there quick. Whoa! Whoa! Forward. Ready? Tell me when. Go on. And now you've got to go back the other way. Discovered by accident. Where are you? It's all great. Desert. Dear. In the desert. In the desert! Shh! Are you looking for Gary?
That was fun.
They are the maddest gardeners in the world, but I think it helps make us all laugh.
I love them.
Fantastic.
Mersey Beat gardening, everybody.
There we go. Phil and Catherine, thank you so much for sharing your nutty madness playing outside. Great stuff.
Right up my alley.
Right up your alley. And we won't inquire why. So, Mark Burgess has had a delivery. Let's find out what Mark Burgess has had that delivery.
Hello, it's Mark. Got another little video for you. Some things came to the house today by deliveries. Nice little something in here. Paperwork. Ooh, interesting box. It's like an artistic rendering of bubble wrap. Expect you want to know what's inside. This might be interesting to Julia, perhaps. I don't know. Aren't you, Richard? Yeah. It's on me. Oh. Look forward to trying those. Postcard for my sister. Anybody recognise it? I didn't know better. Looks a bit like Amsterdam. It's the lady that befriends my sister for the befriending service. Her name's Becky, and she said she was going away for a little trip. And I'm guessing this was one of the stops, so my sister will be pleased about that. This has come through the door as well. Lots of interesting things in these, I find. This one Mr. Ed Loud. It's a little article about lost railway stations of Romney Marsh. So if you tweet me an email address, I'll scan it and I'll email it to you. Or to anybody else that's interested, of course. Nice one for Richard here. To supplement his Smugglers of Romney Marsh video, it's a nice little piece about smuggling on Romney Marsh. Nice lovely map. Yeah. That's a bit of a surprise. Something about the properties of dandelions. Might be worth looking into. And also on the health food related issue. And obviously Richard and James Cameron, Mark English, who are doing their intermittent fastings. An article about fasting. So, quite a lot of reading to do there, I think. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you nice interesting things that have turned up today. Anyway, take care, see you soon.
Thank you very much, Mark. There we are, fascinating items coming in the post. But what I've struggled to understand is why any manufacturer would have a shoe in which you can just rip the logo off. Surely the whole point of buying the brand and spending the extra money is so that the logo is seen by everybody so they know how much money you've spent, which is a horrible thing. Whereas, of course, that's the sort of thing I would love to do on T-shirts and things that have the name of the sodding company and go, oh, I don't want that on there. Get rid of that and lob it away. But a bizarre idea, I have to say. But,
yeah, it's very odd.
But there we are.
It's funny the bubble wrap pattern on the box and inside the shoe. But yeah, Mr. Mocky said, are they pumps?
Are they pumps? Were they pumped up?
High top pumps?
A little tip, a little tip to assist your filming there, Mark. Put the window in front of you rather than behind you, because your camera on
and you're lit naturally then.
Yes, you're lit by the natural light rather than having the massive light coming in from the window, because you the
camera was fighting to capture you rather than the light coming in behind you. But thank you for that. There was something I was going to read, but it's yes. Anna Jones has reminded me it was International Day of the Dandelion yesterday.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it was.
International Day.
International Day of the Dandelion.
What does that mean, international? Into the
I don't
nations?
know.
And all the
But it's
nations
good
of
that-
England, is
But
it?
it's good that the lowly dandelion is celebrated in some way, shape or form, I find.
So you had St. George's Day. Yay! And then Dandelion Day.
Yay!
And then Vobes Show Day. Yay! What a lineup. What a lineup.
They always say it comes in threes.
Yes, there we go. And apparently the Sinclair C5 was only 40 years old yesterday when it moulded itself into a ZX81, whatever that is. Is that funny little rubber thing with the nodules on it? Was that a Spectrum Z? No, that was Spectrum, wasn't it? Anyway, we've got one more video to show you. Steve Mitchell is turning himself into Maz. They're two different people, but they're married and they've got a lovely son whose birthday is on Thursday. Maz has been down, I think it was the River Arun, down in Littlehampton, I think. I can't remember now because I had a quick look. But Maz apologises for filming in vertical mode and not horizontal mode. So we'll have to just flash ourselves off the screen so that you can see all of her video, so to speak. Yeah, that's how it goes. Ready?
It's Easter Sunday, and here we are at Littlehampton Harbour. There are lots of jet skis out in the harbour, and many of them are dressed up in Easter Bunny outfits and chick outfits, and they're doing their thing. It's a lovely sunny day. It's a bit chilly, but I think it'll warm up later, hopefully. And there used to be two old big boats on the end of this jetty, both of which have been taken away now, so anyone that visits Littlehampton and saw those horrible boats, the final one's gone, so now all you can see is lovely, nice clean boats and a lovely harbour view. Someone fishing, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Maz.
Sam.
Yes, lovely to see the clean boats there. We don't want any of them dirty boats up there. Mucky boats sailing in the harbour at Littlehampton. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Just remember... Oh, sorry, we didn't put the phones on, did we?
Oh, yeah.
Remember to put the
Again.
phone... Yes, nobody's called. At least I don't think they have, because the phone has
It's
been
been
on
off.
silent. Oh, it rang for 21 seconds. Somebody rang. I beg your pardon. The phone was on, but on silent.
Sorry.
We've not been using the phone line for a while because people have been sending in their videos, and it's been absolutely...
Yeah, how long ago was the... No, never mind, it
I
doesn't
don't know.
matter.
Yeah, nice to... what was it? Guildford Gent there says, Dandelions, International Day, I feel so much better. My lawn has thousands of them. There we are. Actually,
Mark-
you could do with a few, couldn't you, for your
Yes.
turnip?
Oh, yes.
Tortoise. Tortoise? What is it called?
Tortoise?
Torpedo. Tortoise.
I think it was Alison O'Brien said that guinea pigs love
Dandelions.
dandelions too. Yes, but my tortoise absolutely adores them. Mark Townsend says le dont de lion at Lyon in French. Maybe the French name origin explains the international bit.
Ah, there you go. Well, let's hope that we beat them. We British, we English beat the French at dandelion growing on our natural heaths. That is, if we haven't bunged a whole load of new houses all over the heaths and farms. Well, they wouldn't be on farms, on the verges. Anyway, wherever.
Oh,
So
poor
there we go.
Ramaboo has missed the show. Well, doggone it, didn't get an alert again.
Well, I'm so soggy about that. You'll have to have a word with YouTube. Have a word with them. Have a word.
Yeah.
Well, we've sadly come to the end of another show, but we will be here on Friday. Sorry about not being here on another Friday. Was away in Plymouth. The place
Were
where
you?
dentists train to remove teeth, where they ply their trade in the gob of England. Plymouth. Mr. Mocky says, I think the shorter video viewers were better than the phone calls anyway. There we are. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Ramiboo says a stern word with YouTube is going to be had. Don't forget to send your videos to richard@vobes.com via the service, which you can find online, www.wetransfer.com. That has nothing to do with footballers or their wives being transferred anywhere.
Rachel did a dandelion painting yesterday, totally oblivious that it was the day of the dandelion. Isn't that a thing you subconsciously knew?
Well, you should have sent it in so we could have taken a picture of it. And talking of which, people often send me pictures during the show and I often forget. Last week, Paul sent in a picture of him as a younger man, I think, but I can't bring it to mind now. I meant to show that, but sometimes I just get so ensconced with the show I forget. Anyway, tomorrow is International Something Else Day, so hope you enjoy that, whatever the international something else is. Thank you very much to lovely Julia.
Thank you very much to the lovely Richard.
Sean wasn't there tonight because he's off to the theatre tonight, so he's moderating the theatre, don't you know. But Judith out there, big thanks to Judith, who is a stalwart of our moderators.
I love you, Judith.
Thank you very much. And to you guys for sending in your videos, to Roy Edwards, to Colonel Craig Ratty, to Sean Gingley, to Phil and Catherine, to Mark Burgess, to Steve Mitchell, sorry Steve, and to you guys for watching the show and keeping us going. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, become a patron, support what we do here so we can keep these shows coming to you at baldexplorer.com. And tomorrow, Mr. Mocky says it's International 2 Shillings Day. I think 2 shillings day, 2S day. I don't know what that means. Anyway, thank you very much. Look after yourself. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you in the future.